Game design choices have a massive amount of influence over the quality of a game, but what happens when there's puzzling ones in good games? Hi folks, it's Falcon, and today on GameRank's 10 weird game design choices in otherwise great games. Number 10, in Witcher 3, everywhere you go, if you go inside, there are candles. Now, not only are there candles, but you have the ability to light the candles, or if they're already lit, you have the ability to put them out. Now, this is mapped to the exact same button as any other action you can take with an interactive object or NPC, and therefore, because there's candles everywhere, it's very easy to accidentally just keep messing with a candle when your intent is to talk to somebody who's standing there, or pick something up, or open something. There's any number of things you could be wanting to do that results in you lighting or putting out a candle, and the 15th time you do it, it's pretty irritating at that point. Other than that, Witcher 3 is one of the best games ever made. Number 9, in Elder Scrolls games prior to Skyrim, characters had various statistics, but in Skyrim, they do not. Your punching is just punching. You're punching something and that's just a thing. Doesn't matter if you're a big cat person or an old mage who can barely lift a piece of bread. You punch equally hard, and that is strange. A lot of this is done because the game scales difficulty. A punch needs to be a punch, or the difficulty may not scale properly, supposedly. Also a result of this is the magic system's reflection of the difficulty scaling, which is that there is none, and instead of giving you spells that just level up as you level up, the higher level type of spell actually just does something different. This is all interconnected because if you had it so that you could just upgrade statistics, you could upgrade a spell, and the spell would scale along with the difficulty. And there's not a lot that I understand about the decisions to do these things in Skyrim, and it doesn't make the game bad, but it does leave me a little confused. Number 8 is single-player games that have always online functions, which is frustrating to say the least. There's more than one reason for this, and certainly enough high-profile games have had it so that it requires some explanation. Sometimes it's because stats like achievement scores, checkpoints, or autosaves automatically go up into the cloud, and a lot more of the time it's because the game has always-on DRM. We've done videos on DRM and exactly what it is, and I would highly recommend that, and why people try to circumvent it that don't even want to steal the game. But like, even Doom you had to have always online for a while. They patched it so that it just checks the DRM every couple weeks, but this is a very annoying design decision that seems probably not to be going anywhere, at least for a while. Number 7 is Pratt Falling in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, also commonly known as tripping, is a somewhat unpredictable thing, especially if you're used to any other version of the game or any other fighting game or any other game. When you smash the control stick left or right at certain times, you'll end up just tripping and falling flat on your face. It interrupts the flow of everything and it makes you vulnerable. So if somebody else is having a great game, well, you might end up screwed. And not for any reason that you're used to in any other game. And it could totally turn the tide of a match, and hopefully we never have to deal with it again. I really hope it's not there in the next Smash, but who knows. Number 6 is unskippable cutscenes, and that goes for any game. I don't need to name any one game in particular because there are a number of series of games that do this, and a lot of them come from Square Enix. But Resident Evil 5 does it as well. It's not that I don't like cutscenes, it's that if I've already played a game, I may or may not want to watch the cutscenes, or maybe some of the cutscenes. I can't help but wonder why on earth the game can't tell that you've already seen it, and they can't just give you the option to skip it. It just doesn't make sense, because it's so annoying when you don't want to watch a cutscene that is full of nothing, like one where somebody walks solemnly through a forest or up to a cliff in order to look foreboding. But there's plenty of that. Number 5 is Pokemon Go's battle system, which is a weird real-time thing that doesn't have enough going on in it, and is also, despite the fact that there isn't much going on in it, oddly confusing. I would say it's mostly timing and things like that that make it confusing as opposed to what you're supposed to do, but I think we all kind of know what Pokemon is, how Pokemon plays, and I think the instant every one of us found out that that is not how the battles would work in Pokemon Go, that is when Pokemon Go stopped being cool. Because there was literally just like an instant that everybody realized they didn't want to be playing Pokemon Go, and I maintain that that is the instant. The moment everybody realized that the battle system wasn't Pokemon. I mean, the other stuff in the game, it's great. It's something that, frankly, is perfect, if only that battle system was also just the thing that people actually want from it, you know? It's not, though. Number 4, in the original Borderlands, you were able to replay any audio from the game, including voiceovers from in the middle of a battle. Or like lines that happened while maybe somebody in the background was talking too loud for you to understand it, either in the game or outside the game. And that's great. Borderlands nailed something that every game should do, just make it so that you can go back to all of this stuff. But especially in Borderlands, it's good because the acting is very emphasized, the humor is very emphasized, and it's good to go back to. It also helps that the game actually has a story that matters and is worth actually paying attention to. But in Borderlands 2, they just removed the feature. It's gone. Why? I don't even have anything else to say. I want to know the excuse. Why? Number 3, the changes to Fallout 4's dialogue system that were put in place primarily because they wanted every line voice acted. Now sure, that's a nice and lofty goal that is worthwhile, but it ended up making it so that most conversations were a lot more limited than they used to be in the Fallout games, because a lot of the time dialogue would just be print text, and that meant you could easily change it by simply writing new dialogue and have lots of different options, giving you lots of different reactions, allowing you to more accurately, quote-unquote, role play. And it's really a shame because Fallout 4 does such a great job in so many other ways, but it's hard to keep the rose-colored glasses on when you reach that really limited dialogue wheel. Number 2 is Oblivion's skill/leveling system. Yes, we're not leaving Bethesda alone just yet. How about, let's just say, leveling your character in Oblivion? Let me explain. If you've ever played Oblivion, it's a wonderful game. It's got a cool setting. It's got, in my opinion, probably the most interesting plot of any Elder Scrolls game. A plot that is, frankly, so good it had to be the plot of one of the Skyrim DLCs as well. And frankly, it'd be massively easy to talk for a very long time just about how great Oblivion is. But the way you level in it is goofy as hell. Probably the most simple way to explain how leveling works is that you're more or less punished for actively exploring the major abilities of a class. I'm going to work to keep this as simple as possible because it's actually very in-depth, but if you make an attempt to balance your skills, as in you make a character that handles a range of skills properly, you will level up quickly, but battles will become so hard, the fact that your skills don't level up to their highest potential makes all of the battles significantly harder on account they scale in difficulty. Whereas, if you do the opposite and specialize your skills will level up very quickly, but your character overall will not level up quickly. It's basically a result of the scaling difficulty, and to be fair, some very much like it, although others consider it to be kind of a cheap way of keeping the game difficult for a longer period of time, and something that actively discourages people from doing the stuff that the game is there to do. That I will simply allow the author of a mod that fixed all of this to explain for you in this quotation. In vanilla Oblivion, there are many flaws with how attributes and levels advance. These flaws encourage bizarre behavior to optimize advancement, like avoiding certain skills to delay leveling, intentionally using quote-unquote out-of-character skills to boost attributes, or focusing on endurance skills early to boost your health at later levels. The game turns into an annoying task of micromanaging and tracking skill advancements to make sure I can get +5 strength next level, which takes away from both realism and fun. It's hard to call Oblivion anything other than great in any other way, pretty much. So thank you to the modders who have made that into a usable system. And finally, number 1, when Nintendo I don't know what to call what they did to the Mario Kart battle mode in Mario Kart 8. Now, it's important to say they rectified this in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Switch, but still, I don't know what they were thinking at all when they sat down and said, let's do this to the Mario Kart battle mode. To not have any of the battle mode maps even just new battle mode maps doesn't make any sense. Instead, you did battle mode on the racing track, which is a linear experience that just doesn't work for what the Mario Kart battle mode is. Mario Kart's multiplayer is perhaps some of the best multiplayer gaming of all time, and that goes for pretty much every entry to the series, other than Mario Kart 8 Vanilla, not Deluxe. Fortunately, if you've played Deluxe, you know that it is so much better. There's a real battle mode with real arenas, and it's puzzling why they didn't do that in the first place. A large number of people play those games for that reason and that reason alone. So if you've thought of any weird game design choices in otherwise great games, leave us a comment, let us know. We're always interested. Also, on top of that, sometimes these are pretty funny. If you like this video, please do us a big favor and click the like button. And if you're not subscribed, now would be a great time to do so. We upload brand new videos every day of the week, and the best way to see them first is, of course, a subscription. As always, we thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Falcon. You can follow me on Twitter at Falcon the Hero, and we'll see you next time right here on GameRanks.